Hello, this is Blaster Toad here, and we're returning to the Spline Constrained Platformer. Today we are going to make a moving platform. So let's jump right on in. Last time we did a dropping platform. I'm just going to take a quick look at how we set that up again, and we are going to be doing something brand new. Okay. So we want to do a blueprint class, a new actor. BP underscore platform travel. Open that up, and we're gonna add a. I'm gonna scale that cube down, so I'm just hitting R to scale. You can scale it over here. Like that. Then we're gonna open up our player. Player somewhere has something interesting. We get the Spline, we get the closest world location, all that. Okay. Copy all that. We'll see. And then go over to our thingy here. Traveling platform. And I'm going to paste. Going right click on this spline track here and create variable spline track. And we're gonna plug in a getter here. Boop, boop, boop. And we want to create variable distance spline, but we want to call this start location spline. Yeah. That all back. So when it starts, it is going to get its location on a spline. We're also going to duplicate start location. Oh, and we want to on spline track, make that visible. A duplicate start spline start location, and we're going to call this current location on spline. And then we're going to set that on begin as well. Okay. I then want to do another thing here, and I'm gonna call this move distance at visible, and then we're gonna want another one speed. Have that visible well. And we're gonna run this off tick. So when it starts, it is hitting the actor location, finding the closest spot, input key on the spline, does some math to find the distance between 2 points, and then sets as our location, so it gets very accurate location along the spline. We're saving that as our current location. We need one more variable. We are going to call this forward slash backward. That will be a boolean. Sorry, whatever song was on was more like static, so okay. So we're gonna get forward or backward. We're not gonna do a branch, we're gonna do a select. Are going to then get our speed, multiply our speed float by float. Our select in there, turns it into a float. If it's going forward, true, we want 1. Going backwards, we want -1. Want to get our speed multiplied by direction, and we want to add that our get current location plus float forward should be true by default. Current location spline, and then we set current location spline. Okay. Want to spline. Get distance. Yeah, we can get location. Can we get a transform? We can get a transform. And plug in that distance. Then we set actor form. But we're not going to just plug the two transforms into each other. We're going to split them out. And we're going to split the rotation. So for our case, we only want a Z, a yaw. So we want it to turn to face the direction it's moving. And we want just like that. And we want that in world space. Okay. Then we want to do a check. Going to get current location nearly equal to start location plus distance. And we're going to say within 5 units. 1 full unit. There we go. Probably 5. Don't want that causing us. So, set that, and then a branch. Sequence off each end of the branch here. That sequence we do once. Copy again. Let our do once and off the opposites set. And if current location is equal to our start plus move distance, so that'll be our end location, we want to set forward backward to backwards. However, if it's yes, we set it to backwards. However, if it is not nearly equal, we don't want that. We just want yes. So if it's nearly equal, we want that. Then want to do another one of these. We want a here, scroll down, copy this branch, Control C, Control D, and if we're nearly equal, start location. Oh, not error. No. Set that back to 5. Yeah, 5. Then we want to. Don't need that sequence. Okay. So, if we get to the far end, we want to set reverse. If we get back to the beginning, we want to set forward. That means it shouldn't matter what this is set at. Do we want to do that before anything else? No, we'll do that after. File and save. Then get our new platform travel, bring it out, and we're going to put it on this line, close enough, and we are going to, on spline track, nope, that's not what, sorry. One step before that, to have a spline actor that as a spline actor type spline mesh actor. No, we need what did we make this? So that is a spline track actor. Spline track. And get spline track and get spline. Get spline, there we go. And then we're gonna plug that in instead. Control C, Control V, that into our transform. Okay. Good, we'll come back and clean this up and do a walkthrough right afterwards. That means we can get rid of our spline track here. Oh, there is still one reference. Reference nothing, so you get rid of spline track here. Got our spline actor, we want that as visible. Okay. So now if we select this, go spline actor, we can use our eyedropper. We can eyedrop that. Speed I want as 1. Distance, let's say 300 units. Now if I simulate this, that should move 300 units, then move back 300 units. And it's just going to keep moving back and forth. And the nice thing with that is it really doesn't matter how our spline's laid out. So if we want this to be an elevator instead, how do I do this? Alt. If I do an Alt, I move that straight up, kind of like an elevator. Grab that transform point. There we go. And we'll make this travel, say, 500 units. Now, if we want an elevator, we can just and it's gonna go right up there. See, look at that. Ain't it nice? We're getting a little bit wonky, but that's mostly because our spline is just laid out really. Yeah. Now what we need to do, though, is set up something on our actor, or on our player. Because our player, as they are, wants to set themselves on a spot, and we had to override a jump. If it was jumping, we need to override setting its location. How did we do that? So event tick is falling. True. Go do this other thing, and we enter line. Yes. Okie doke. So what we want to do here is we've got our is falling. We also want to do an or in here. This is on our tick, on our player. So is falling or, we're going to put that to variable. Override movement. Pull that out there so I can later. Is falling or override movement. Take the override movement right there. And then it's going to do its thing. What we need to do then is on our moving platforms or platform travel, add a component. Add a component of a box collision. And we're going to move that box collision around so that it is in an area where if our character is on here, on this platform, they are definitely being interacted with. And we want on our box collision, trigger box, and I'm going to rename our cube to platform. It's on trigger box, so that box collision we just set up. Want to come down on component begin overlap and an on end overlap. We're going to get other actor, cast to player, character player, Control C, Control V, thing with end, other actor, player. Want to set override movement true when they enter. Control C, Control V, set override movement false when they leave. I'm going to play in editor window. So you can see this moving here. And if I jump up on it, come on. No, damn you. I need better air controls. There we go. So again, that's an issue with our spline track. Not an issue with other things. So if we take our spline track and say, okay, take that. That comes straight out. Then we want to here and alt up. Come on. There we are. Here we want endpoint. Working with splines can be a pain in the butt. Move this in so that it doesn't care so much about the direction. There we go. We get pretty much square movement there. Select the point on our spline and move that straight up. So there is going to be our 2. There would be an elevator for us. Come on. Ooh. That's too high for him. A little bit lower than. I want to jump up on top of it. Come on. There we go. We now have an elevator. Again, we're getting a little bit of weird movement right at the top, but that is our spline, not our platform. So that just comes down to level design. Yeah, there is a moving platform for you. Hope you've enjoyed. Next time we are going to go through pickups. But just before we do that, so this is the issue right here. See, we're doing this funny thing here. So if we, come on, we brought this higher. They brought this out or changed to a different spline track at the top here. So if we then did a different spline track here, like did an enter and stop box right there, or enter and leave box in that area, then we could jump onto a different spline at a different area. Yeah. But yeah, there is that. So let's just go through a walkthrough of our platform. So our platform is, firstly, when it's being created, gets the spline actor that we're supplying it. From that spline actor, get the spline component. We find the input key, so one of these nodes closest to us. And we get its location, we convert that to an integer, which the integer should give us the index of that point. So then we get this, or input key's weird wording, but there's points along here that are input. We're then getting the integer and getting the spline point, so we're getting next and the previous spline point. Okay, so that's where we get the spline point and the next one, +1. And we get the distance between them, and we multiply that, and blah, blah, blah. Basically just getting the point in between those 2 points. Setting that as our start location, so that we don't have to manually set a start location. And we're setting that to our current position. Then, on tick, we are getting that current location. We are adding our speed to that. and our speed is either positive or negative. So times 1 or times -1, depending on whether that's forward or backwards. With that new location, get the distance along our target spline and set our actor distance and rotation. We then, after that, check, hey, are we near the end of this? If yes, set it to move backwards. Okay, doing this only once so it doesn't get spammed and cause issues. We also check, hey, is this near the start location? If yes, set move forward. And that gets our back and forth action. We modified our player so that when falling or when movement override now triggers the same logic. And then we have a trigger box on our platform so that when the player enters the trigger box, we override their movement. When they leave that trigger box, we stop overriding them. So there we go. That is it for the moving platform. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you all next time. What did I say? Are we doing pickups or are we doing triggers? Oh well, it will be one of those things. Either we're going to be doing trigger boxes where we can trigger different elements, or we are going to do pickups. I'm not sure which, but we'll do one of them. Okay, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.